Hello, real estate world. How are you? It's Danny Morell here with Real Estate Sales TV, and guess what? It's January 2015. I've been thinking about all of you guys, and I can specifically remember December 31st. I was going for a little bit of a jog, and I thought to myself, you know, agents everywhere are going to be convinced that this is the year that they break through, right? That this is the year that they get out of a rut, or that this is the year that they break through that number of deals that they always do. That it somehow happens to happen where every year we do right about the same amount of deals. And so I thought to myself, what's gonna make the difference? What's gonna make the impact? And what's the reality about what it's going to take to break through that number into the level of production that you really want? So come on back, grab a pen and a notepad, and grab a couple of minutes, because I've got to tell you, this one is going to be powerful. This is going to be the type of class that you can watch every single week, and as long as you replay it, it'll remind you the sacrifices, the commitments, the disciplines, and the systems that you've got to have to finally break through and make 2015 your best year ever. All right, everybody write down at the top of your page the words, what's my number? What's my number? And you might think, what does that mean? You know? And I kind of want to explain to you what that means, guys. I'll tell you what happened. You know, as the one that is responsible for your success, I think about what I can do all the time to help you grow. I think about the words that we can teach you. I think about the things that we can plan in your mind to help you break through some of your fears. And it was December 31st, and I don't know what I was doing, but all of a sudden I thought to myself this thought. I said, you know what? Everybody out there is going to want to do more business in 2015 than they did in 2014. Yes or no?
Yes.
That's a given, right? I don't think there's one person that starts off the year that says, you know what? Damn it. This year, I'm going to do worse. That doesn't happen, right? Richard, my man, good to see you. That just doesn't happen, right? And so one of the things that I thought about is, okay, you may not think this way, but I'm an extremist, and I really think, all right, we've got 150 agents, and we've got thousands of people watching us on Real Estate Sales TV, then it's my responsibility to ensure that we make this happen. Because at the end of the day, there's a number that you did last year. If you look in the multiple listing service, and we list all of the agents in Southern California in this case, guess what will happen? You'll see some at the very top with the number 350. And then you'll see some with the number 200. And then you'll see some with the number 100. And then you'll see some with the number 50. And then you'll see some with the number 25. And you'll see some with the number 5. And you'll see some with the number 0. And I'm going to tell you something, guys. The reality is that there's probably a good reason why the guy or the gal that got 350 got 350. And there's probably a valid reason why the guy or the gal that had 0 got 0. But at the end of the day, guys, this is what I want to remind you going into 2015. At the end of the day, you all have a number. Whether you like it or not, whether you have an excuse for it or not, whether you have a reason, whether you have a story to back up why your number is what it is, at the end of the day, you all have a number. Everybody write down, all sport athletes have a number. All sports athletes have a number. How many of you guys know that there's sports athletes, Major League Baseball players that enter the league, right, with aspirations, with dreams, with hopes, with desires of signing a big contract, of being the next superstar? And then they enter the league and then they hit 220. How many of you guys know that 220 is not the greatest, right? Or they enter the league and they hit 265, which, that's all right. And how many of you guys know that in their minds, they're probably thinking, you know what, this is the year that I'm going to increase. This is the year. And then 15 years later, guess what it says? 265 the whole entire way. Guys, that's a lot like real estate agents, guys, and this is my passion. This is literally what I live for. It's a lot like real estate agents who have been in this industry for 15 years, selling the same 20 houses every single year. Just by the law of averages, just by numbers, just by working your database alone and following the plan that we have given you, just by doing that, it is impossible to do the same business every single year. Yes or no?
Yes.
Because naturally, if every year you get 20 more clients, that's 20 more people in your database. The averages in this industry show that for every 20 people that you get, or for every person that you get in your database, you should expect a return of what? What percentage? 5% to 10% minimum. Minimum. So off of 20 new people in your database, how many new deals should you expect if you work the database correctly the next year? 1 to 2. Compounded over a career of 10 years, what does that mean? That means that by the 10th year, if you just got the 20 that you started with, and you keep adding them to a database, and you keep marketing to them, and speaking to them, and follow the systems that we're going to teach you, you should end up in year number 10 without talking to an extra soul. Not one person you don't know in the 40 to 50 range. Yes or no? Yes. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah. The reason why you didn't answer is because you didn't like that. Why? Because we have a disease in this business. And the disease is that we think that when we sell a home, that the reward is the check. We're all wired that way. We're wired. Where's my check? Where's my check? You know who knows that we're wired that way the most? Angela. Our accountant. I've seen some of you guys like literally like just like marching out her door, like bumping into each other. Where's my check? Where's my check? Where's my check? Oh, or was it 5 or 6 of you guys at the same time, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yes. This is the honest to God truth. Can I tell you a sign of the true professional? Of the individual that really has all of their wealth and all their finances in check? Do you think they're stressing about when that check comes? Just give it to me when you want. Because I'm good. Because I know that the real victory, the real prize, is the relationship that I can establish with that new past client of mine. I can take that individual from selling them a home and follow up with them, and over the course of 10 years, we can build a friendship. We can get to know each other a little bit better. And as a result of that, we can expect 10 to 20 transactions over the course of 10 years. Everybody write down, I gotta change the way I see it. I gotta change the way I see it. People ask me all the time, Danny, how did you do it? How did I do what? You were 27 years old. Yep. You sold 150 houses. Yep. You made $1.5 million in commissions. Yup. How'd you do it? I'm just doing it. I never worried about the money ever. Ask my brother. Where is he at? He's somewhere around here.
Where's money?
And as a result of never worrying about the money, of always focusing, you guys that are agents at our company, what do I focus on? I focus on you. You know this. Because when you come and ask me, or when you come, I mean, I've got a little lump in my throat right now, but I'm still rocking. Why? Because I want to help you grow your business. That's my focus. That's my passion. It's always been my focus. It always will be my passion. And as a result, money will come. But I'm not too worried about that. If there's one thing you can do to improve your business in 2015 is get that point across. Focus on helping people accomplish what they want. And as a result, compensation will never be an issue. Never. Never. Write down thought number 2. Number 1, write down all sport athletes have a number. Number 2, write down today in my life, I am a number. Today in my life, I am a number. And your number in these following areas. Write down number 1, physical life. Some of you just said, oh, check. I don't like that one that much. Listen, at the end of the day, my percentage of body fat on my body is there for a reason. I could give you all the drama. I could give you all the excuses. I could give you all my stories. And trust me, I have them. I have memorized them. They're in my back pocket. Choop, they're ready to come. Yeah, but you don't understand. But it's because at the end of the day, what am I?
A number.
I'm a number. Number 2, write down family.
You mean B?
Or B, yes, thank you. If you have been watching our videos for a certain period of time, you will know that to be a public speaker, you don't got to know the order of things. Just let it rip, baby. Just let it rip. B, write down family. What do I mean by that? There's a number attached to family. There's a number. How much time are you spending with your family? How many days are you spending with your family? Listen, I hope you can appreciate the fact that I try to be as genuine as I possibly can with you. So that's why when I say physical, I say my number, right? Because I struggle with it just like everybody does, right? When we say family, one of the things is when you're blessed to have an amazing wife like Claudia, who literally runs the show, who does homeschooling, who manages our kids, who takes care of our boys, I can focus on the business and I can focus on you guys, but guys, I still gotta be there, yes or no? So what starts to happen is I start creating a story in my head, and the story sounds a little bit like this. She's got it handled. That's her thing, and this is my thing. And together, we make a good team. Wrong. Wrong. I've got to be a part of their lives, and I've got to impart the knowledge that I have, the things that I've been a part of. So at the beginning of the year, I thought to myself, I got to do something. Like, Claudia freaking teaches them this, teaches them that, teaches them that. I have a lot to teach. Like, I got to teach them something, right? I go, I know, I'm going to teach them Spanish. So that's my goal for the year, is to talk to them in Spanish. Micah, ¿cuántos dólares? ¿Cuántos dólares? How do you say in Spanish? No, 5. How do you say it in Spanish? Okay, he didn't really help me out. But he's trying. Hey, but I bribed them because every Monday they didn't want to talk Spanish. They thought Spanish was not cool. Okay, and every Monday I give them $5 because the second thing I'm going to teach them is money management. So I'm going to teach them that of the $5, we put $250 in savings and $250 for toys. See, that's something that I can do, right? The whole thing with the garbage, I'm just going to let you guys know, Claudia takes out the garbage. If you follow her, well, we both do, but she does it more. She does it more. Not anymore. Claudia's taking out the garbage the other day, and it's heavy, and my wife is really strong, by the way, and she goes like this, and there was a piece of glass, and she cuts over her leg. I go, no. Yeah, I got to take out the garbage. So that's what I'm doing. These are little things, but guys, here's what I'm trying to get across to you. If you have a story in your head that says, that's not me, then guess what? You'll never take the action. You'll never take the action. Number 3, contribution. No way. Contribution. Contribution. How much do you contribute to other people's lives? How much do you tithe? How much do you give back? Number 4, wealth. There's a number there. Your net worth. I just said your net worth, and one of you literally just went. It literally just happened. Because guys, we're all reading the book right now. What's it called? Master the Money Game. Listen to me. The only thing that matters is the nest egg that you're building for your future, guys. You gotta wanna increase your net worth. And if you're in this business, my goal is to help you become worth at least $1 million. At least $1 million. Because if you're in this business, you're not worth $1 million, you're not even in the game, guys. You're not even in the game. You gotta become worth 7 figures. I mean, for crying out loud, that's 4 houses at $250,000 paid off. This is easy. You can buy 1 a year for 4 years and then start working your commissions to pay them off. If you're making $300,000 a year, which everyone in this office could make and should be making, you'll have them paid off in 10 years, all 4 of them. There you go. Se acabó. So this is the reality, guys. The reality is that our life is a number, and it's a number in these different categories, okay? Point number 3, write down my number today. Does it reflect the number that I want? My number today, does it reflect that number that I want? What's your answer?
No.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. And that's why I wanted to make sure we had this conversation, guys. Because I know that I know that I know that I know. I don't care what the story, I don't care what the reason, I don't care what the excuse. If you apply what we teach you, your number will grow. I'm going to say that again. I don't care what the story, I don't care what the reason, I don't care what the excuse. If you apply what we teach you, your number will grow. We have helped veterans that have been stuck at 25 for 5, 6, 7 years explode into the 50s. We've helped agents who were stuck at 1 a deal explode into the 50s. We've helped people who were stuck at 5 get to the 15s and the 20s. We've helped agents who were at 1 in 1 year get to 20. This is possible, but you just have to decide that enough is enough. Write that down, because that's when it happens. Enough is enough. Number 4, write down the golden rule, guys. The golden rule. And Jay-Z says it best. Men lie. Women lie. But numbers never lie. Men lie. Women lie. But numbers never lie. So listen, how many of you would agree that no matter what happens, you are committed to improving your number from last year? Raise your hands. Okay, good. And by the way, please do not ever compare yourself to anybody else. This is you. This is your life. The minute you walk out that door, it's the sacrifice that you are making on behalf of those kids or on behalf of those future kids. Guys, and I'm going to say something. If you're single and you don't have kids, guess what? You want to make a lot of money? Start planning for the day that you're married with kids. Don't ask me why, guys. I was 18 years old and I was thinking about my wife and my kids. I was 18 years, that's all I thought about. And I wanted to become the most successful person that I could possibly be for them, even though they're not here. You gotta start thinking that way, guys. You gotta start thinking about, okay, if you're, listen, this is what's happening. Ladies, I love you. I really do. However, there's this little issue on social media going on right now. And I mean, look it. If all the pictures that you see on someone's profile are this, what? What's the message that is sending?
I'm available.
No.
Craigslist.
The message that is sending is, please, I need your attention. I want it desperately. And I'm available. And let's be honest, what kind of a man are you going to attract? The guy that's doing this.
At the strip club.
That's the guy. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
So your goal should be, right? And this was my goal, right? My goal was always, even when I was single, it was like, be the best man possible with the gifts and talents that God has given me, and help others become the best possible with their gifts and their God-given abilities. That's my mission statement in life. What's yours? Show my boobies. I mean, seriously, what are we thinking about? What are we thinking about as a culture? You see this on Instagram, these poor ladies, like, I mean, all they do is like It's like desperately seeking Susan. It's like, can you take another picture? I mean, like, is there something else about your life that's interesting? Think about that for a second. Work on being the best you possible, guys. So listen, if we've decided that no matter what happens, the number's going to be different, then we have to declare what's going to be the difference between the number last year and the number this year, right? Because I can guarantee you that if you look at the number last year, there's a reason for it. Yes or no? Yes. There's a reason for it, right? And if you look at the number that you want to increase, there's going to be a difference in the gap. For example, if you did 10 last year and you want to do 20 this year, that's a gap, guys. I'm going to tell you right now, that does not happen by osmosis. That doesn't. I'm in a little bit of a bet right now. We each put in $500, not that big of a deal. And for 12 weeks, we're going to see who burns off the most body fat and makes the biggest difference, right? Because I realize, like, if enough is enough, I want to change this, right? So I know that left to my own devices, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go home, I'm going to get the cookies, I'm going to chop them off, all 10 of them, I'm going to crumble them in the glass, I'm going to pour milk, and I'm just going to go.
Ew.
I have that memorized.
How do you know that?
That's what I do. I just crumble them up, I put the milk, and it's just like, whoop, whoop. And sometimes I'll do that 2 or 3 times. I'm just being honest. Huh?
Oreos.
Honestly, all of the above. All of the above. Okay? So I realize I need some accountability. I need some culture. I need some environment. I need something to push me, because if not, I know me. I'm motivated right now at the beginning of the year, but come February, so we all have a bet, right? And there's 4 or 5 guys, there's people in the bet that think that losing weight just happens by osmosis. Because they stop showing up to the gym. It's the most amazing, incredible thing to me. It's like you're going to make a bet and then the next day you're not going to show up to the gym. Right, Rudy? Like, how does this happen? This is where I'm going to challenge you. If you're going to have the audacity, please pay attention. If you're going to have the audacity to say, this year I'm going to double my business, then damn it, you have to figure out what it's going to take to get there. Because it doesn't just... That's not the way life works. There needs to be a plan. There needs to be a set of things that you're going to declare that you're going to do or not do. And I'm going to give you a couple of them real fast. Number 1, write down the word sacrifice. Sacrifice. Listen, guys, when I started this business, in my first year, I closed 30 transactions. I don't know if it was 28 or 30, but it was like right there. Okay? It was a long time ago. So people ask me all day, oh my God, how do you do that? Let me tell you my schedule real fast. My schedule started on Monday, and I would wake up at 4 in the morning to go drive from Rialto to Riverside, where I would go to Moreno Brothers Tortilla Company. And I would go in there and I had bought a tortilla truck. And I would grab my pallets of tortilla and I would stack. So if you could picture a long Frito-Lay truck with tortillas stacked to the top on the left and to the right, and the back 2 rows was the pan dulce, because that's what I would munch on. Right? And then I would go on my delivery route. Okay? And I would work that business from 4 in the morning till about 5 or 6 o'clock at night. Okay? And then I would get home and I would go work on my leads. Wait a minute, what leads? Saturdays and Sundays, this was my schedule. I would go to the swap meet. Okay? And I would sit out there and I would go in from Rialto at 4:30 in the morning. I would drive all the way up to Alta Loma to my broker's house at the time, wonderful guy by the name of Jerry Stapp. You guys know who that is? Jerry Stapp, from around here? Yeah? Stapp Home Realty. And I would pick up the banners, and I would pick up the table, and I would pick up the Easy Up. I don't even think there was Easy Up back then, but I would pick up something, the canopy, and I would drive to the swap meet to hand the little old lady that had had that swap meet spot for 20 years, and we would pay her to give us the spot. And I was so tired from my week that I would take a nap because from 5 to 6:30 people wouldn't show up, so I would just kind of sleep. And then at 7 o'clock people would show up, and guess what I would do? I would just stand there and watch them go by. You think I did that?
No.
No. Hey, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo está? Mi nombre es Danny Morel. ¿Quiere comprar una casa? I would talk my living daylights out. I would talk to everybody. I would talk to young people, old people. If there were kids, I would tell them, go get your parents. I was excited. I was motivated. You know why? Because I decided I'm tired of my family being broke. And I'm willing to do whatever it takes. I'm tired of the fact that we live in an apartment. And I watch TV and I watch Beverly Hills 90210. If you know my story, that was my show that motivated me. Why do these guys have a nice house and a nice car and I live in this crummy 2-bedroom apartment? Said, I declare by the time I'm 21 years old, I'm going to buy my first house. So then I would drive from the swap meet. The swap meet would close at 2 o'clock. And then I would go to the office and I would run credit and I would do what I have to do. And I would stay in the office till 11:30 at night setting appointments for the week. I would do that on Sunday as well, guys. By Sunday, I had 4 to 5 appointments lined up already for the week. Guys, I was working 16 hours a day. 16 hours a day. Some of you guys think it's okay to work 8. It's not going to happen. Listen, if you're not what? Why did I sell 30 houses? Because I outworked everybody. That's why. I outworked everybody. Now listen, you work that hard and you follow what we teach you, eventually you learn something called skills. And eventually you learn time management. And eventually you no longer have to do that. You follow me, yes or no? Yes. But if you were to find out, how did you do it? I worked so hard, guys, it would make your head spin. I was there from 4 o'clock in the morning to 11 o'clock at night. So hard that one day I was driving my tortilla truck and I fell asleep, and Anthony knows this, and the window crashed into a branch, and I go, what was that? And all of a sudden I feel drip, drip, drip. My head got sliced open. I have staples, like 15 staples up here somewhere. Why? Because I was working that hard. And you know what I did? I went to the hospital, I got stapled up, and I kept working. No, I need a week off. What are you willing to sacrifice, guys? That's the honest to God truth. What are you willing to sacrifice? Number 2, habit. Habit. This is truth talk, guys. This is the real deal. I don't pull any punches. I don't hold anything back. I'm challenging you right now. I'm telling you right now, if you're not selling the amount of houses that you want to sell, it's simply because you haven't started sacrificing. Number 2 is habit. What habit do you need to implement? Give me one. Write it down right now. Practice one. First. Just one. Practicing your scripts. What else? Consistency. What else? Time management. What else? How about waking up at a certain time? How about getting to the gym at a certain time? How about showing up to the office no matter what happens by this time? Because you know what happens? If you don't hit your number, there will be a story attached to why you couldn't accomplish the habit. The people that hit the number, the people that break through, are the people that said, there's no story, I just actually did it. Number 3, write down mind stop. Mind stop. Where's Micah? Is he around?
Micah.
Mind stop. My son is literally one of the wisest kids you'll ever meet. He's 5 years old. And the other day he says to me, I'm playing a video game with him, and I says, man, this is kind of hard. He says, stop that, you can't say it's hard, you have to say it's easy. Because if you say it's hard, it's going to be hard. If you say it's easy, it's going to be easy. So watch this. Micah, come here real fast. Everybody give it up for Micah. Okay, so Micah, what do you tell your mind when your mind says crazy things?
Stop, mind. Stop.
Stop. Give him a round of applause. I didn't teach him that. Claudia tells me, you know what he starts doing? When his mind starts saying things, he just says, stop, mind. Stop. Stop, mind. Stop. Write down mind, stop. Because some of you need to do that to yourself. Stop, mind. Stop. Stop, mind. Stop. Number 4, your faith muscle. Your faith muscle. I'm going to leave it at this. You cannot live in fear and in faith at the same time. It's either you're going to be afraid of the phone or you're going to have faith in your skills. It's either you're going to be afraid of that client of yours or you're going to have faith in the hard work that you've put in to learn the skills that you need. But you can't live in both. It's either faith or fear, not both. You must pick one. Last but not least, number 5, your action muscle. Your action muscle. What new action step must you take this year that you didn't take last year? Guys, sometimes it's just one little thing, just one that you can implement this year to make your business better. Guys, I'm going to leave you with this. I guarantee you that as long as you make the changes that you need to make, your business and your life will never be the same. I promise you guys. I promise you. I'm the guy that started this company with $2,500 and a brand that nobody knew of, and this year we'll close $450 million in sales volume in 3 years of business.
Right.
You know how many agents I see? You can clap, it's okay. Frank is like, holy shit. Yes, that's $500 million in 3 years, and I started with $2,500. And you know how many people I see sit in my office that are brand new in the business and say, I only have 5 months reserves. I feel like saying, I've never had any reserves with anything that I started. I just went and I believed in myself, and I knew that there was no failure, and I knew that if I had to work 20 hours a day or 24 hours a day, damn it, I was willing to do whatever it takes. Nothing changes if nothing changes. You don't have to be perfect at it. You don't, okay? Just pick something that you can do, right? Whether it's me at home washing the dishes where before I didn't do them, or whether it's me at home taking out the garbage, right? Or whether it's me showing up to the office at 8 o'clock, right? Are you going to be perfect? You're going to mess up. The key is going to be, guys, learn to make these habitual changes on a consistent basis. And I promise you guys, expect 30, 40, 50% increase in your production next year. I pretty much guarantee it to you.